My mom had always encouraged me to pursue art. She just picked up on it when I was a little kid, and she really wanted to encourage me in that path. My dad is a refugee from Vietnam and came to the US in the 80s. My father never grew up talking about his story. He left in the second refugee movement out of southern Vietnam. And he was always willing to talk about it, but I never asked him until I arrived in Vietnam for fieldwork research in studying with papermaking with families in northern Vietnam. And at that moment, I feel like as my body was in that same space, I felt like maybe I had the permission to ask my father about what his life in Vietnam, because he never talked about it. And I don't think that many families, Vietnamese families in the US, when they come as refugees, they don't think about sharing their story right away. You know, it's just a part of their life and they try to assimilate into American culture. And they want the best for their children, but they're not going to talk about it unless you ask them. So he shared with me for the first time his story when I was studying papermaking. I was in Vietnam for a few weeks, 3 weeks with this papermaking family, and that's when I started asking about his life in Vietnam. And he shared so much about his life and what happened specifically during the war. When he was telling me all these different stories, I was connecting it back to the same history with the craft. It's also quickly disappearing. And if we don't keep these stories alive through that history, through the history and the memories from transferring this knowledge through our hands or through the stories of our families, those things will also be gone. In some way, this is all really complex with my family's story, and because it relates to that history and then to the craft and my father's story and my family in Vietnam, I feel so compelled to continue doing this. And it's not just about preserving this craft, it's also thinking about how to evolve and keep this tradition alive. Because it is quickly disappearing because of globalization, history of colonization, industrialized paper, and then also generational shifts away from the craft with the younger generation. So when I'm doing this, when I'm practicing this ancient craft, I also feel like I'm understanding a little bit more about my heritage, my cultural identity, and I'm engaging in a ritual that is my ancestors practiced. I believe there's something special in where your body is, and there's different access points or permission for you to ask stories or ways that you share things with your family when you're in the same place. But my father and I are definitely a lot closer now. And we speak so much more often than we did when I was younger. And I can only say that that is because of Vietnamese papermaking and being able to go to Vietnam to study this really ancient craft, but also share this language that is beyond just physical words. There's an action there that connects us. I think that it is going to take a lifetime for me to understand why I'm doing this. And a part of this is also trying to understand my own family, my lineage, that story that has been lost. But it's not just about reclaiming that. It is trying to engage in history that is transformative, that carries on history, craft, memory, to keep that alive. So it's not just about thinking about what has been lost, but trying to move forward